Hello everyone, welcome back to Military Plus. The United Kingdom did more than any nation to pioneer armored warfare, and its Challenger 2 stands amongst the best tanks in the world. The 62-ton tank established a reputation for exceptional toughness during combat in Iraq. But despite being a newer design than the Leopard or Abrams, the Challenger 2 has not been lavished with the extensive upgrades that its NATO peers have, and is generally perceived as having fallen behind. The Challenger 2 is an extensive redesign of the Challenger 1. Although the hull and automotive components seem similar, they are of a newer design than for the Challenger 1, and only around 3% of components are interchangeable. A visual recognition feature is the armored housing for the TOGS thermal gunsight. The Challenger 2 has this above the gun barrel. The Challenger 1 has it at the right-hand side of the turret. The tank has a 340-mile range and maximum road speed of 37 miles per hour. Combat experience has shown time and time again that the tank that detects, shoots at, and hits the enemy first usually win. Sensors and fire control have traditionally been an area of strength for Western tanks compared to Russian designs. However, neither upgrade addresses long-standing issues with the Challenger 2 or brings major new offensive or defensive technologies. The Challenger 2 is equipped with a 120mm 55 caliber long L30, a one-tank gun, the successor to the L11 gun used on the Chieftain and Challenger 1. Uniquely among NATO main battle tank guns, the L30A1 is rifled, because the British Army continues to place a premium on the use of high-explosive squash-head HESH rounds in addition to armor-piercing fin-stabilized discarding sabot rounds. The Challenger 2 is also armed with a L94, a 1EX34 7.6 2mm chain gun, and a 7.6 2mm L37, a 2G PMG machine gun. 50 main armament rounds and 4,200 rounds of 7.6 2mm ammunition are carried. The Challenger 2 has a 4-man crew. The turret and hull are protected with second-generation Chobham armor, also known as Dorchester. To date, the only time the tank has been destroyed during operations was by another Challenger 2 in a blue-on-blue friendly fire incident at Basra in 2003, when the destroyed tank had its hatch open at the time of the incident. Finally, there is the matter of the Challenger 2's 1,200 horsepower engine, which, despite its good reliability, struggles under the tank's inflated weight. An upgrade to a 1,500 horsepower system would at least bring the Challenger 2 in line with other Western main battle tanks. Since entering service, various upgrades have sought to improve the Challenger 2's protection, mobility, and lethality, the most recent of which was the Life Extension Program, LEP, in March 2021. The British Army announced plans to upgrade 148 Challenger 2s under LEP with the aim to extend its service life out to at least 2035. These upgraded models will be known as Challenger 3. It is not planned to upgrade all Challenger 2s. Those not upgraded will be retired. The other situation concerns the United Kingdom's defensive commitments to NATO, and in particular the possibility that new Russian T-14 Armata tanks will narrow the performance gap with Western armor. The Challenger 2 is a tough tank with an excellent combat record, and there's no reason it couldn't be upgraded to keep pace with current developments with armored warfare, if that becomes a priority for the United Kingdom. The current improvements being contemplated, however, only constitute an effort to avoid falling too far behind.